The headlines. The Solomon Islands Climate Resilient Agriculture Development (CRAD) program launched today in Honiara. The Solomon Islands government has renewed its commitment to improving oral health services across the country, and government has renewed its MOU with the Hallow Trust to continue efforts to remove unexploded ordnance left from World War II. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Cheryl Berra. Solomon Islands and Australia have launched a SBD 50 million program to support climate-resilient agriculture, addressing the growing impacts of climate change on farming across the country. Simon Tavake reports.
The Solomon Islands Climate Resilient Agriculture Development (CRAD) program, valued at $50 million Solomon dollars, was officially launched in Honiara today. The development program is a partnership between the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock and the Australia's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, DFAT. The launch marks another milestone in the strong partnership between the Solomon Islands government and Australia, aimed at supporting climate-resilient agricultural development across the country. The three-year program, 2026 to 2029, has commenced its design phase following today's launch.
This fella launching about him project to do with climate resilience agriculture lo Solomon. A new initiative and hemi value at about Australian $9.5 million, 3 years program. But hemi start now lo early next year, and lo this fella time where me do him launching hemi launch him for hemi start him discuss on lo project design. So this time hemi just work lo design lo this fella project. Okay, project bahang focus now lo climate resilient activities lo agriculture sector. For example, livestock farming, cocoa farming, and also root crops farming.
Deputy Australian High Commissioner to Solomon Islands, Andrew Schloffel, emphasized the negative impacts of climate change on agricultural activities in the country, which led to the establishment of the initiative.
Rising temperatures, more frequent extreme weather events, changing rainfall patterns, and saltwater intrusion all threaten the rural economy and basic food security. And that is why today's event is so important. Because the impacts of climate change are real and challenging, and they all compel us to act. To strengthen the agriculture sector in ways that make it more productive and more resilient and more profitable for the women, men and children who depend on it.
The launch, which marked the start of the program, brought together agricultural experts and stakeholders to discuss practical and achievable ideas for implementing the new initiative.
Main objective today him for come up with him good fella ideas where him practical, but a practical, achievable, and sabe change him lives block at people of rural areas, because as you sabe, this fella country, backbone of this fella country, him agriculture. Like everyone, 80% of the population, him outside Honiara and major centers, and Ota depend on agriculture for everyday food and not livelihoods bogata. So he means something where everyone doing for life.
Climate change significantly threatens agriculture in the Solomon Islands through effects like sea level rise and more frequent extreme weather events, which damage crops and reduce yields. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
The Solomon Islands government has renewed its commitment to improving oral health services across the country. Minister of Health and Medical Services, Dr. Paul Bosawai, made the announcement during the World Health Organization WHO Western Pacific Regional Office 76th Regional Committee meeting held in Fiji. Dr. Bosawai said the Solomon Islands was the first country in the Western Pacific to trial the WHO Oral Health Training Toolkit for primary health care workers. He said this marks an important step towards making oral health part of the country's universal health coverage plans.
Solomon Islands is committed to implementing the Global Strategy and Action Plan on Oral Health 2023 to 2030, and is further committed to action the Bangkok Declaration as part of the regional vision of weaving health for families, communities, society in the Western Pacific region 2025 to 2029. In demonstrating our commitment, Solomon Islands took a pioneering role in the Western Pacific by conducting the first ever trial of the WHO Oral Health Training Toolkit for primary healthcare workers. This landmark initiative, organized by the World Health Organization Western Pacific Regional Office, marks a transformative step towards integrating essential oral health care into the foundation of universal health coverage. In our efforts to strengthening workforce capacity through training and task sharing under the initiative, local dentists in Honiara have trained primary healthcare workers from 8 Honiara City Council clinics in preventive oral health techniques early this month.
He said the Ministry of Health will continue to expand oral health programs in schools and communities to promote good dental hygiene and early prevention. He added the ministry also is aware of the linkage between NCDs and oral health.
Solomon Islands recognizes the linkage between NCD and oral health, and as such, we have integrated oral disease in Solomon Islands, non-communicable diseases, and multi-sectoral policy and roadmap 2025 to 2030. Looking ahead, we plan to conduct a national oral health survey in 2027 to provide update epidemiological data and guide evidence-based policy, strategic planning, and budgeting for oral services in the country. We request a partnership and technical support from WHO and other donor partners to support the cause and waving the mat together in oral health.
The ministry plans to carry out a national oral health survey in 2027 to collect updated information that will help guide future planning and improvements in oral health services. The Solomon Islands government has renewed its partnership with the Hallow Trust to continue removing unexploded ordnance from World War II, extending their cooperation through June 2026 to enhance public safety and support community development nationwide. Sharon Anau with the details.
The Solomon Islands government has renewed its Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Hallow Trust to continue efforts to remove unexploded ordnance UXO left from World War II. The agreement, signed through the Ministry of Police, National Security and Correctional Services, extends cooperation until June 2026 and strengthens national commitments to public safety and community development. A statement from the ministry reports the renewed partnership builds on the initial 2023 agreement, which supported a nationwide non-technical survey identifying UXO contaminated areas and established a national coordination mechanism. The collaboration will further enhance the Royal Solomon Island Police Force Explosive Ordnance Disposal EOD team and promote transparency in UXO management. Permanent Secretary Karen Galokale praised the Hallow Trust for its technical expertise and acknowledged the United States government $3.6 million funding support. She said the MOU is not just about cleaning remnants of conflict, but about protecting lives and enabling national progress. Hallow Trust Program Manager Emily Devesi said the organization remains committed to working with local communities to reduce UXO risks. The partnership supports the National Security Strategy 2025 to 2028 and aims to ensure safer land use and a UXO-free Solomon Islands for future generations. Sharon Nanal for SIBC TV.
The Solomon Islands government has delayed ratifying the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, citing limited technical and institutional capacity, while opposition lawmakers express frustration over the decades-long delay. Alex Dedamu reports.
Solomon Islands has delayed the ratification of the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, UNTOC, citing limited technical and institutional capacity to fully comprehend the convention's provisions. Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele explains in Parliament that the government wants to ensure necessary mechanisms and systems are in place before ratification.
The process has been delayed in part due to limited technical as well as institutional capacity to fully understand the Convention's provisions. The government wants to ensure that the national laws, law enforcement mechanisms, judicial systems, and the necessary infrastructure are adequately prepared or in place before ratification.
The parliamentary opposition expressed dissatisfaction, stressing it's been years since the UNTOC was adopted by the UN General Assembly in 2000, and since then nothing has been done.
It's almost 15 years now since this convention come into existence, and you may still no sign up yet. It seems an unreasonably long time. And even if you may know already in terms of domesticating the requirements of law legislation, we would benefit from, even though you may know already, but you may accede, we would obviously benefit by resourcing technical assistance and also for helping you for modernizing laws and systems.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Manele assures that the government recognized the importance of the UN Convention against Transnational Organized Crime.
The Solomon Islands government fully recognizes the importance of the UN Convention against transnational organized crime and its protocols as a key instrument for strengthening global cooperation to combat transnational crimes, including human trafficking, drug trafficking, and firearms smuggling. While Solomon Islands supports the convention, ratification requires a comprehensive domestic review and alignment of national laws as well as the related infrastructure in order for us to comply with the convention's obligations.
He announced on the floor of Parliament that the Ministry of Police and Correctional Services and other border enforcement agencies, together with UNTOC, will conduct a 2-day symposium next month.
I am pleased to inform this Honourable Chamber that the Ministry of Police, National Security and Correctional Services and other border enforcement ministries, together with UNTOC, will be conducting a 2-day symposium in Honiara next month. This gathering will bring together a cross-section of ministries, agencies, border control, law enforcers, the judiciary and senior officials across the government system to strengthen our national response to the growing threat of transnational organized crime. Say that 2-day symposium will allow us to better understand the legal, operational and strategic benefits of this convention. Third, it will assist our frontline agencies to look at our national framework, enhance their interagency coordination while safeguarding our sovereignty, governance and stability of the country. Acceding to UNTOC and later ratifying UNTOC remains an important goal for the Solomon Islands, and once the necessary domestic legal frameworks and law enforcement infrastructure are in place, the government will be in a stronger position to ratify the process.
The United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, UNTOC, is the main international instrument in the fight against transnational organized crime. Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
The National Development Strategy NDS 2016 to 2035 medium-term review report reveals a significant drop in the Solomon Islands Environmental Performance Index, EPI. Sharon Anau reports.
The National Development Strategy NDS 2016 to 2035 medium-term review report reveals that the country's Environmental Performance Index (EPI) has drastically dropped over the past 4 decades from 51.1 to 26.7. Prime Minister Honourable Jeremiah Manele described the country's environmental decline as not only an ecological issue but also a cultural, economic and moral one.
Over 4 decades, our Environmental Performance Index crashed from 51.1 to 26.7. Walk through our forests and you will see the scars of unsustainable logging. Dive in our reefs and you will see coral bleaching, depleted fish stocks and pollution. Visit our coastal communities and you will hear stories of shorelines, of salt water intruding into fresh water, of traditional food sources vanishing. This is not just an environmental crisis. This is a cultural crisis, an economic crisis, and a moral crisis. But we have also shown we can succeed. Our disaster risk management capacity has improved dramatically. When cyclones strike, we are better prepared, better organized, better able to protect our people. If we can manage disasters, we can manage our environment. We must.
Despite the challenges seen in the country's EPI performance, the government says its new environmental bill will cover key areas that should see the country's EPI performance increase. The bill is expected to strengthen enforcement and compliance mechanisms, expand community-based marine resource management, and promote climate-smart agriculture practices to improve sustainability.
The Environmental Performance Index, as I have said, collapsed from 51.1 to 26.7 is our urgent call to action. The new environmental bill must come to Parliament early next year. Enforcement and compliance to environmental laws must be stepped up, and new mechanisms to fund these must be set up as well. We will implement community-based marine resource management covering 40% of our coastal areas. Our coastal communities have stewarded these resources for centuries. They are the rightful custodians, and we will empower them to continue this sacred responsibility. We will promote climate-smart agriculture, training farmers in agroforestry, conservation tillage, and sustainable practices, providing incentives for drought-resistant crops and eco-friendly fertilizers. We will strengthen early warning systems and disaster preparedness because climate change is here. Cyclones will come, floods will come, but we can protect our people if we prepare.
The government emphasized that protecting the environment is a duty to the generations yet to come. Sharon Nanal for SIBC TV.
And now the latest in sports with Crofton Utukana.
National football players Rowu Boyers and Gordon Iro have made history as first Solomon Islanders to participate in the OFC placement program with Auckland FC in New Zealand. OFC reports their placement was made possible through a collaboration with Auckland FC, a newly established professional club based in Auckland that competes in the A-League and will soon join the OFC Pro League, set to kick off in January 2026. Boyers expressed his excitement about representing the country in this program.
We're currently on a program to train with Auckland, and it's been great so far. We've done 2 sessions. So I'm really looking to the islands, and here I'm standard there. Big difference, very big difference compared to semi-pro leagues and leagues of SEM. So there's a big gap, and hopefully that gap is closing in if we gain more experiences from outside here. I feel very proud and honored, grateful that I'm given this some chance here for me. Representing country and putting me outside the map, and hopefully looking quality and talent Yumi may go good, may go anyways, but as long as there's experience and I'm representing you guys, I'm very happy.
Iro also shared similar sentiments, saying he was proud to be part of the historic opportunity.
Thank you, big man. Opportunity to come here for play as a centre back, play along New Zealand, Auckland FC. Oh yeah, me grew up in Solomon Numa. Joining club loda numa, play loda. Go me joining national team, call up for national team. Then otaku shota me then got an opportunity for come joining na Auckland FC along New Zealand. Oh yeah, to training finish, me gain experience sa same play I'm good, same level pro na. Same play against team what players where game ball and fast, movement blow without ball and fast, with the ball and fast.
Meanwhile, the OFC placement program initiated by Oceania Football Confederation aims to bridge the gap between Pacific football and the professional game. Crofton Otukana, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.